Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. We're on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny, and we're on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. Well, as I mentioned in a previous video, I wanted to get a few little shopping purses, I guess you could call them, little purses that you can carry like your keys and your cell phone and wallet in when you're shopping for Christmas, and you won't have to carry the whole bag in. So I've made these before when I had my shop. I don't have a pattern, so let's make a pattern today. And you can actually willy-nilly it. It's very, very easy to do. So what I have is I just grabbed, look at, these are just scraps. I just grabbed some scraps, and I think I mentioned to you I like Christmas brown and stuff, and I really like this. We use this in the mushroom journal, and I really like that, so I think we might use some of that too. Same with this. So all right, I think let's do this one first. I do want to say I have brown thread in my machine, and I'm not going to worry about it. I just don't want to hassle with changing it. It's left in there from my craft retreat. So, okay. Also what I have is some quilting felt, maybe, I guess you could call it. Batting. It's very, 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 very thin. So I think I'm going to use that too. So this is going to be reversible. And here is... this is what I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut 4 plus 2 of the, I'll put that here, plus 2, what did I call that? Quilt batting. These will be just slightly smaller, or we can trim it. Then we're going to cut 4 long ones. We'll determine the length. And then 2 shorter ones, and we'll determine the length. Okay, so basically what it's going to be is a, whoops, hopefully you can, let's come a little closer and see if you can see what I'm going to do. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. So it's going to be, and I'm a terrible artist, so it's going to be a little purse like this. So it'll have a little bit of a gusset there. And then it'll tie in the center here, so you can cinch it up, and that's what these are for. This gusset is this here, and then let's see, I need that's not right. I need let's see, I need 1, 2, yeah, I need 4. Okay, so 2 of them, one will go around the purse like this, one will go around the purse on the inside because it's going to be reversible, and then 2 of them will come up like this to be the handle. So if we want to make this a little pocket purse, a little one that you just ring around your wrist, then this isn't going to be so long. If we wanted to make it a crossbody, then we're going to make it even longer. So we'll just tackle that when we get to it. We'll see what happens. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and make a pattern. I just think because I'm going to be making several of these, maybe it'll be helpful. Okay, let's see here. This is my cereal box. Good old cereal box. And I think I like it when they are about 6 inches wide. So I'm going to go 6.5 because I want to allow for a 1/4 inch seam allowance on each side. So I'll go 6.5, and then it'll end up being at 6. Okay, so 6.5. Where's the half? My marks are getting rough here. Okay, and then tall wise, how deep do I want it? This is all personal preference. I think I just wanted 6, so I'm going to go 6.5 again. Six and a half. Oh my gosh, the glare, I can't see here. I got right into it. I hope everybody's doing okay. Hope you're having a good day. And now let's draw these lines and just see what it looks like. And I hope you're able to do something fun. Okay, do I think that's big enough for a cell phone, which may not be tall enough for a cell phone, be wide enough for a cell phone. Should we go another, maybe go another inch? Go 7.5. Because we're gonna lose a 1/4 inch all the way around. All right, well, let's see what that does. So we'll just scratch that out. Okay. Then what I do is I just take something round. You could use, this is, I think, maybe off a coffee can. I've had it forever because you might remember we use it when we paint. As a matter of fact, I was painting a minute ago. See my gold fingers here, and I use this one. But let's see if I like this round. I think I like this round better. See how shallow the corner is right there, but it's a nice corner. You could, let's see, can we still get the same? It's a little elongated, but so I think I'll go with this one. Either one would have worked. All right, both sides. Okay, now let's cut it out. The strips, I can just tear those as needed, but what I want to do is get these kind of together. Whew, I got hot all of a sudden. Oh my gosh, it was so nice last night. It was probably 40 degrees, and I had I think I told you we have sliding doors, and I had those propped a little bit, had that cool air. We have a screen that locks, and then I have, you know, Joey, who's on guard. Sorry, I hit you in the face. But anyways, oh, that cold air coming in. I love it so much. Okay. Ugh. This is also really cute if you just want to make some of these to put, you know, little gifts in for people. All right, so basically that's the shape. That's the shape I'm using. All right, trash for now. Okay, trash for now. All right, so now let's see what do we want. I'm gonna do 4 different ones. You could, you know, like we talked about, you could put this on the fold when you cut. Like, let's say if you're new to sewing, this is a fairly easy, but if you're new to sewing, if you wanted to have it all one front and back, you could just fold this and put this on the fold and then cut, leaving that straight. Because remember, you'll still have to cut it apart, because remember, we're going to put the sides on. But I think that I am going to go with, okay, I have my iron right here. Let me iron this real quick. I think I'm going to go 4 different ones. I have my little thing here with some scraps. So let's just go ahead and get this on here and get it traced out. Okay. There's one. Okay. And I think I'm going to cut that with pinking shears real quick. trying to cut just on the outside of the line. It's not quite working. I seem to be getting on the line, but you know me, I have to hold everything up to my eyeballs practically. Got to get my eyes checked. Have you all started your Thanksgiving menus and all of that, or are you going to be traveling? We'll cook a big old turkey, of course. And I think I mentioned to you before, I'll cook it the day before, and then I'll break it down, and then I'll crock pot it the next day, you know, just simmer it a little bit so that we can use the oven for everything else. Okay. All right, there's that. Let's fold this back up. Here's a nice scrap. All right, one down. Do we want, what else is in this box here? I thought I had enough out, but so it's mainly red and a little bit of green. A lot of these could be nice, like this could be nice to put on the top of one. There's some nice vintage. Ooh, that's pretty vintage. Oh, there's some more of that. That's pretty. Dilemma. Kind of was looking for another red. All right, well, I'll leave this out. Let's just go with this one for now. So we know this. Let's do this one. And we want to go this way. So we may not get this sewn today, but at least we'll have an idea on what we're, you know, looking to do. And of course, you can go ahead and sew yours if you'd like. I thought if nothing else, what we do is get them cut out, get the body of the purse cut out, and then maybe do a little bit of, you know, put this little bit of quilting on there. Okay, so this, I believe, is going to what I'm going to call the outer, one of the outer, you know, sides, front or back, outer, front or back. We'll determine it here in a little bit. It's not relevant to determine it unless you're going to be like putting something on it that's different. Like I think I will put that Christmas tree on it. So then we'll determine the front. You could, of course, put pockets, zippers, whatever. And I might do that with some of them. Probably will do that. But I just wanted to do this little simple one because it goes really fast if you know, you could cut a bunch of these out watching TV or something, you know. Put you a little tray or box, or if you have one of your wool project mats like, you know, I use, which is what I'm ironing on over here. Okay. All right, let me iron that. I got a little bubbly in there. So another thing that I like to do is find the center, because that's going to come in handy when we go to put the, you know, the base of the bottom and the straps on. So I'm just going to press it right here and press it right here. Of course, you could use your bone folder to do that, but since I have this conveniently located, I'm just going to go ahead and press it. And then you can see that we'll be able to find, well, that's not very ironed, is it? What's going on here? Let's get that nice and ironed. It's easier to start out with it nice and ironed and then do a little bit of soft pressing later. than trying to get all the wrinkles out later. Okay, so we have both of our centers, so that's good. Okay, so we have the front and the back done. Now let's do the liner, which what we'll call the liner. Of course, like I said, it's going to be reversible. So fun. Look at all these Christmas fabrics. When I had my store, I 50% of everything I made would be vintage, and the other 50% would have to be something that wasn't super vintage, because, you know, I mean, they're just basically extinct. You know, half of these fabrics, you can't find them anymore. And I just thought, well, it'll go a lot longer if I only put 50% vintage in. So I think this one and this one would go pretty. Really pretty. I like that a lot. Okay. So let's, you can see I'm trying to find somewhat of a grain, but I'm not being super particular about it. I forgot to, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I forgot to go zoom back out. Ugh. I'm really sorry about that. It's annoying. So I'm just going back around this. So what I did was, if you hadn't seen, is I folded this and then I ironed it to find the center. Okay. Now you could put your fabrics together and cut more than one layer at a time. And, you know, oftentimes we do that. But with curves, I kind of like to do those individually, just because I feel like sometimes a little bit of shifting can make a difference. So, and this is such a small project. If you have a what are those called? A circle, or I don't know, a circle. What are those called? A circle blade? What are those called? I've got one here. Rotary blade. Brother. If you have a rotary blade, you may be talented enough to use that on this. Okay, there's one. This is really pretty. Yeah, this is one of those that I get in the packets, you know, when you go to a thrift store and they have these packets for $1 or whatever, and they have these random pieces in there, and I just am like, yes. This one's somewhat old. I hope it's big enough. Let's use this end. Oh, yeah, just barely, isn't it? So we use the selvage as our guide here. You might hear my iron over here. It's percolating. Okay. I really should change my thread to white. I might have to do that. Thinking about that little Christmas tree and how I want to put that on. Okay. Let's iron it. Okay. Nice. Put these two together. Boy, I have so much gold paint on me. I didn't realize I had so much. And then we'll find the center. Make sure the four are together nicely. And then I'm just going to press it. Okay. So there we go. Pressed. Okay, so we have front and back. All right. Very good. I didn't fold that quite right, but it's going to do. Okay, now let's look at the base, the base that goes between here. And I kind of like to have like two, maybe 2.5 inches. No, let's go 3 inches and make it chunky. Okay, so then we need 3.5 inches. I thought this might be fun because it has that length to it, this way. But we need another one. You don't have to have another one, but I thought it would be fun to have another one to go inside too. I have some more Christmas fabric that I just found at a flea market, but it's in the laundry. What's this? This looks like quite a bit. That's so pretty. Okay, so what we need to measure all the way around here. So we know we have 7.5 times 2 is 15. And then we have 6.5 times 2 is 13. So let's go for 30 inches to be on the safe side. 30 by 3. I hope I did my math right. Oops, let me shake this out. Okay. Now let's see how. Yeah, that'll be plenty. Okay. All right, so I'm going to just cut it at 3.5. I'm going to tear it. I'm going to tear it off to the side here. Well, I'm going to have to do it again because it's not on grain. So let's try that again. 3.5. I should have done that first. Do it on the next one. I may be way off on the length on this. I feel like I am. Let's do this one first, and then we'll live and learn on the other one. Okay, I'm just folding this to kind of keep it nice and out of the way too. Okay. This is the one that was off grain, so this will make good ruffles and stuff for later. Okay. All right, now real quick, I'm going to iron this just so that I have a good... It's hard to iron that part of the purse for sure once you get it done. Actually, I may not even do this, but let me just show you what I'm aiming at. Is right sides together. I'll be pinning that all the way around, like so, all the way around. Then I'm going to stitch it, and then I'm going to take this side and do the same with the other one. So yeah, that's way too long. But we'll figure that out in a little bit. First, I want to, and that might be the next video. First, I want to put that over there. I'm going to put this up here for now. And I'm going to put this here for, get myself a little bit of room here. First, let's do this. So I'm calling this the outside. That's going to be the outside. So I want to do 2 of those. I want to make 2 of those. Put my pencil away. I didn't, but I don't know where it's at. Okay, and when I cut this, I think I'm going to cut it on the inside of the mark because I don't want it to get in the way of the seam. That's not working great. Where's my pencil? Here's another one. Okay. Perfect. All right. Just gonna cut this down real quick. Get this out of the way here. Every little bit will be used at some point for something, backing something that we're what am I trying to say? Something that we're sewing on something. All right, let's just get these out. All right, so I'm going to just go on the inside just slightly. Okay, concentrating. You could use iron-on. They make a great iron-on. You could do that. Or it's a double-sided iron-on or single. I like the single. Then you just iron it to the one you're going to top stitch on, which is what I'm going to do here in a minute. I actually should probably, I could top stitch in, I think I'll do white. It'll be fine. Okay. So then these are going to go on the backs of these. Still a little bit. I might end up having to just trim the... No, I think I am going to go ahead and trim while I have them. I think it's so much easier than trying to trim the seam allowance. So we'll just go around it real quick. Taking maybe an 1/8 off. Could take a full 1/4 off. That would, you know, help you with your seam allowance. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, much better. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some glue and I'm going to put it on this stuff, not where I would sew a seam. I mean, I'm going to sew through this probably anyways, but I just want to keep it, I just want it to be tacked. And you could always use your pins, or, you know, you could use these, which are very helpful, but sometimes it just slides anyways, even when you do stuff like this. So I think that little bit of tacking is going to be helpful. Okay. Let's go around this one real quick. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get the white thread and I'm going to thread my machine, clean this up a little bit, and then I'm just going to pause and then I'm going to come back and we'll sew this. Not sew it, but we'll kind of quilt it a little bit. Probably won't sew it till the next video. Maybe my laundry will be done by then and we can use some of the ones that I just got at the thrift store. Okay. It doesn't take much of that. It actually just drags across it, across this fiber here. Okay. Need a little bit right here. Again, you could always trim it after you sew it, but all right. Okay, I'm going to pause. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So what I want to do now is I've got my machine. I got it threaded. What I want to do now is I'm just going to make some crisscrosses here, and I grabbed my water erasable marker from Clover. I do not know if this is even, I'm hoping it's not dried up. I don't know. I haven't used it in a while. So I think I'm going to do this first to just try to get, since I have that rounded corner, just try to get a sense of if it'll let me. I don't know. Probably not, since it's not square. Okay. Well, let's see here. I'm just gonna guess, and I'm gonna draw a line. Oh yeah, it works. Good. I'm just gonna draw a line like that. Right? I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that little line? It's blue. So I'm gonna draw a line like that, and I think I'm gonna draw another one like this. And I'm just going to put the ruler on the line. I'm going to turn it over though so it's nice and flush. I'm going to put the ruler on the line, and then I'm going to draw another line, and I'm going to do that on both sides of the center, so to speak. Okay. Whoa, those red snowflakes, that's busy, busy, busy. I got this out of the free pile at the, let's see, what is at the Legacy in Petaluma or Santa Rosa, in that Sebastopol, somewhere in there. There was another one I should have gotten. It was blue, and then we went back, and I think it was already gone. I couldn't find it. Okay, so that's been done. Now we'll go this way. So between these little diagonals and the red and white snowflakes. My eyes are bugging. And then I'm just going to follow those lines and I'm going to sew. I'm just giving it a little bit of padding. Now, one thing that's going to happen is that it is going to pull in the fabric, so we may have to look at that with the lining, because if we don't do this with the lining is going to be just a slight bigger, so we'll have to check it out. Lid, oh boy, oh, here it is. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm just going to start doing this, and I'll pause you and I'll come right back. One thing I did want to tell you before I get started is I'm going to do the center X first, just to kind of help keep this secure and from sliding. So I wanted to tell you that real quick. So I'm going to start on that first. Okay, so I'm back. So I don't know if you can see that I have kind of quilted the top and the bottom. On the on the back side, I didn't crisscross, I just did lines across, like, you know, horizontal. So you can do that to give it kind of a different feel, or if you're impatient. I won't tell you which one I wanted to do. So now I want to get those blue lines off, and you can, what I like to do is just spray a soft rag or a paper towel, and then just blot the blue lines off. All right, can you see the blue line? So I like to just blot it. I don't like to saturate it too much. I think it sometimes, depending on how fragile or the weave of your fabric, it can kind of distort it a little bit. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay, and then I looked at the time, and oh my goodness, so all the kids, grandkids, etc. are coming over tonight for dinner, and I need to go get some things prepped for dinner. It's getting late. So we're making tacos tonight. So I've got some little steak pieces that I want to marinate in a taco season, and then I have some chicken, and I'm going to marinate in a garlic season, so there be a little bit of a variety. So yeah, I want to get that done and get situated. So what I'll do is prep a little bit by getting the sides and the strap cut out for the next time. And if you're wanting to do this along with me, you can do the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make I think what I'm going to do, I'll look and see how it looks. So if you're following along, you want to do it too. I'm going to work on seeing how wide do I want this. Do I want it 2 or 3 inches? Because basically the width of the purse, I am going to make the same width for the strap. So I want to see how, I think that turned out really cute. I want to see how, you know, wide is that gonna, how wide, which will look good, which would look all right. You know, is 3, I want to look and see, is 3 inches too wide. Now if it's a crossover body, I don't think 3 inches would be too much, but that might be too much if it's just gonna, you know, be on your wrist. So I'll do a few little tests and see what I think. I can't remember what I did years and years ago when I made these, so long ago. These sold out so fast in my store. I had one lady consign me to do one for every girl in her family. And remember, I told you I wasn't crazy about doing consigned work because I felt like some of the creativity was gone when you did that. But she said she didn't care what fabric, she didn't care what they looked like, you know, what design I used. And so that was a lot of fun. So then I just was able to surprise her with, I don't know, 5 or 6 bags for her, the girls in her family. So that was fun. I also wanted to tell you what is really great for using these simple, you know, you don't have to do the rounded corners. You could do all rounded corners. You could do square, rectangle, longer. I mean, this is just, you know, very, very simple, but you know, you could use your denim. You could, which that's what I did, is I used a lot of denim. I used a lot of corduroy, flannel. So I'll be doing that too. But I wanted to get these Bright Christmas as the first one, just to kind of show you it's a fun little thing to do for Christmas. I'm just checking to see if I got everybody. It comes off pretty good, pretty easily. Okay. I like to take it off with water because some of these can actually set when you have detergent. So I like to try to get them off with water first. Let's see a little bit here. All right. Okay, well, that's it for today. But I'm glad I got my sewing machine out, and I'm getting it going and getting started. So thanks everyone for hanging out with me, and I hope you enjoyed that. And this will be just I don't know how many part, but it'll be a little series until we get them done. So thanks everybody. Hope you have a great day. And don't forget, we pray blessings over you, and we want you to know you're so loved. Bye everyone.